Okay guys, there's no secret. Jermaine is I've been having a very holy trip. The jeans I got on now, some holes in them. I'm just gonna let these rip and then I'm just gonna throw them away. But I have these other jeans here that also have a hole in them too, these True Religions. I wanna actually get these stitched up and yeah. So let's do this. Let's get this party started. She's getting some jeans stitched up as well, so it'll be a little bit cheaper if we both get our pants stitched together. Dang, I should get this fabric underneath. That's fancy. Okay, so this is the name of the place we're looking for. I can't pronounce it, but we'll figure it out. I've noticed this bread has been sitting out here for like at least 2 or 3 days. Yeah. It's a good thing they don't just throw away food, right? Just came through security here, and what is this? I thought it was a post office for a second. All right, welcome to the mall. No, we're looking for this place, remember? Or did I turn it upside down? Crap, I don't know if I got it upside down or not. Yeah. Oh, is this it? Look, it's a, huh. It looks like fancy wedding dresses.
Yeah, it does. That's it,
You need some keys? Usually when I go places, I don't typically like to ask for directions, but I feel sometimes asking for directions take away from the whole adventure and the experience. I can't get enough of this place. There's so much to see, but there's not that much to see, but there's so much to see. Change of plans. I did not get my pants stitched up because it was going to be like $20 or something like that, and I really don't care that much about the jeans to put $20 more into it, because whenever you patch jeans, you know it feels weird when you walk with a freaking patch in the jeans. So I'm like, scratch that idea. So now we're gonna head off to the Holocaust Museum, and I'm not gonna vlog there because it's something I just don't want to vlog about, but I do want to say that I'm going there, and I'll definitely vlog afterwards, and it'll be an adventure going over to the Holocaust Museum. I believe we gotta take this train, but we're not gonna get on this train because we gotta get a ticket first. So maybe we'll take the next train. Yes, found an ATM at this bank here, and one thing about traveling, looking for an ATM can get a little scary. It can get a little scary at times because a lot of times you go up to an ATM, you stick your card in, and then you realize that the ATM doesn't work. That's usually the time when you really need money the most. So what I typically do is always look for banks and never go to those little ATM machines that are like in businesses, you know, little small ATM machines. There's a couple problems with those. A lot of times they have very low limits. So if you need to get like you know, $200 or $300 or $400 or $500 worth of, you know, dollars out of the bank, you can't exactly do that with those small ATMs because they want you to have more than one transaction, so they can keep hitting you with the ATM fees over and over and over. So if you go to a bank, you can avoid a lot of the ATM fees because you can pull out a large amount of money at one time. Oh, I'm loving this ice cream too. All right, we are done with the Holocaust Museum, and now we are headed back downtown. Check out this artwork on this train, yo. So where did I end off last? Okay, so last we were going to get Ethiopian food. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of Ethiopian food because you have to use your fingers for everything, and I just have this like weird mental thought in my head that like I'm using my fingers. It doesn't matter if my hands are clean, but just I'm using my fingers for this, I'm using my fingers for that, and all the dirty things I use my fingers for, and it just trips me out. So why is it so noisy out there? It sounds like San Francisco. To Ethiopian food, I just walked down the street and just grabbed a falafel from some random spot. Honestly, it was not very good. So that was just my experience of dinner. But you know what I really want to talk about right now is I want to talk about like credit cards in foreign countries and debit cards in foreign countries and ATMs in foreign countries. I just want to talk about this. There are a bunch of credit cards out there that you can get where you can use them, and there's no transaction fees, and those cards are really, really good. Now, some bank cards offer these. Not very many banks offer these sort of deals. Usually when I travel, if I'm gonna go somewhere for like less than 2 weeks, I will just try to bring enough cash, and that way I don't have to use an ATM machine at all, because I'll just, you know, have enough cash. Now, if I'm traveling for, you know, maybe 2 months, 3 months, it really depends on which country I'm going to. Maybe I can just bring all cash. Like if it's like Southeast Asia, it's very, very inexpensive, versus a place like if I was traveling to Switzerland for 3 months. Yeah, I would definitely need a whole lot more cash for Switzerland versus a place like Thailand. One thing that's very important when you're using ATMs abroad is the type of ATM that you use. Some ATMs, you actually have to stick your card in and it takes your card. Some ATMs, you walk up and you just sort of, you put your card in and you pull your card out. Like the ATM never takes your card from you. And I would much rather use an ATM like that than an ATM that's gonna like eat my card and hold it for a second. Because I have definitely been traveling in certain countries that's happened to travelers, and that can be pretty devastating. Like, how do you get a bank card mailed to you when you're in a foreign country? And chances are you're probably going to be moving along unless you're staying there for, you know, a longer amount of time. Like, that can be a really big mess. Like, honestly, I don't even know how you would get a bank card. Like, I guess you would have to get someone to mail it to your address in the US, and then, you know, mail it from your US address down to where you are. But that's just not gonna happen in 2 or 3 days like if you were back in the US. Now, I don't mean to scare you guys, but if an ATM does eat your card and you're out traveling, you can easily like just try to go to the bank. If it's like a bank ATM, if it's open during the banking hour, you can just go into the bank and say, hey, your ATM machine just ate my card. But if it's like on a weekend, that can kind of be a bummer, because if it happens on a weekend, the bank's going to be closed maybe for 2 or 3 days, and you'd have to wait 2 or 3 days to get your card back. Now, if it's a random ATM, that's one reason why I don't like to use random ATMs. Like if it's just a random ATM at a convenience store, because the person at the convenience store may own that ATM, but they may not have like full access to it. Like they may not be able to go and pull the card out. But who's to say that they can? I'm pretty sure some shop owners like have access to their ATM machines. So I don't know, you just always want to use precaution. I just kind of just want to just throw that out there really fast. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get ready to wrap this video up. Thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, yo.